The night bus always arrived at 2340. Empty streets, quiet city, and one single passenger who rode it every night. His name was Oleksiy, a university student working late shifts. He knew every bump of the route, every flickering streetlight. But one night, something changed. When the bus stopped near the old district, a place where people rarely lived anymore, the doors opened and someone stepped inside. A woman. Pale, silent, dressed in an old-fashioned gray coat, her hair soaked as if she walked through heavy rain. But outside, the sky was completely dry. She didn't pay, didn't speak, just sat in the very last row. Oleksiy felt a cold shiver. The driver's eyes in the mirror looked nervous too, but he said nothing and kept driving. At the next stop, Oleksiy glanced back and froze. She was gone. Not moved, not walked out. Simply gone. No sound, no footsteps, just an empty seat and a wet imprint on the leather dripping onto the floor. Did you see that? Oleksiy whispered to the driver. The driver sighed with the heaviness of someone who had seen it many times. She always rides on Thursdays, he muttered. Last passenger. Always alone. Oleksiy felt his breath catch. Who is she? The driver hesitated, then answered. 5 years ago there was a storm. A woman tried to catch this bus near the bridge. Driver didn't see her on the crossing. She didn't survive. Since then, she takes her old route every Thursday, exactly at 2340. Oleksiy swallowed hard. But she disappeared. The driver nodded. She always leaves before the bridge. That's where it happened. Oleksiy felt a cold wave crawl up his spine as the bus approached the long metal bridge. And suddenly, the air changed. The lights flickered. A faint smell of wet asphalt filled the cabin. Then Oleksiy noticed the window in the back. A blurry shape pressed against it from the outside. A face. The same woman. Staring inside the bus as it moved. The driver didn't react. He just slowed down and whispered, "Don't look at her." But Oleksiy couldn't tear his eyes away. Her pale expression. Her dark, drowning eyes. Her hand leaving watery marks on the glass as if she were trying to climb in. And then, just before the bus crossed the bridge, the figure melted into the night fog. The lights stabilized. The smell vanished. Oleksiy sat frozen, heart racing. When the bus reached his stop, the driver looked at him with a tired, knowing expression. "If you don't want to see her again," he said softly, "don't ride the last bus on Thursdays." Oleksiy nodded, stepped outside, and the doors closed behind him. Since that night, he never took the late bus again. But sometimes, when he walks home on Thursdays, he sees wet footprints following him for a few steps, just enough to remind him. The last passenger still rides, and she isn't alone anymore.